I, Thales of Argos, know that your childlike souls yearn for fairy tales, yearn for eternal truth, enclosed in immortal images, which tell in your world of a language known to all, a language spoken in the land where golden branches are reflected in the waters of life. This is the language which each of you once spoke, and which your childlike soul remembers with love, longing for its exquisite fragrance. And although many of you outgrew fairy tales long ago, those who are thirsty for knowledge remain forever like happy children who sit and eagerly listen, aspiring to knowledge and beauty. They always feel they are awakening inside, no matter how many times they hear those stories, to constantly repeat them, just as they once did in their childhood. Tell it one more time, tell it again, tell it once again, they say. This is the language that you, the people of the last century of this millennium, started to forget, have forgotten in the very depths of this Kali Yuga dark age, being interested only in studying the language of technology and materialistic sciences, while the language of truth has been turned into a mummy, a forgotten effigy buried. However, you need to apply efforts to learn it again, this language of truth, now in a new form, as the language of the heart and of your consciousness, which is now awakening and developing within you, the language of spiritual science. This language of spiritual science is making its way throughout our dimensions, the higher dimensions, translated in many different languages and modalities of thinking and learning. This language of the law of one is being spread upon this earth to create a new earth. And some of this truth, some of this language of the law of one, some people have grown so fond of this universal truth, of this unified field of knowledge. It comes straight from source. Comes straight from source. But some people have grown so fond of this truth that they come to believe that they themselves have written this truth. And this is all well and good. For any truth that becomes in us a source of truth is ours. So, please, take these words and allow them to marinate within your own discernment, your own truth factors, your own truth mechanisms. And along with towards that endeavor, I want to talk about the law of one. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with the raw materials, Ra, as in the Egyptian deity Ra, Ra, Eye of Horus, all that stuff. But the law of one, okay, this is a very popular body of work, foundational actually, this law of one material. Corey Good constantly refers to it, or at least the gentleman that interviews him on his secret space program broadcast that he has on YouTube, the gentleman who interviews him constantly is referring to the law of one, the raw materials. Ismail Perez talks about it. And I don't know about Elena Dodon so much. I really kind of have stopped listening and following her for my own personal reasons. That's not a condemnation or any kind of comment on her body of work. It's just my path. But anyway, and this is going somewhere, dear esteemed viewer, hit that subscribe button though. The law of one states that there is only one, and that one is the infinite creator, the divine grid programmer, the all that is, which Ra also calls infinite intelligence and intelligent infinity. It is impossible to describe the one undifferentiated intelligent infinity, unpolarized, full and whole, but it can be activated or potentiated. Each portion of the creation contains paradoxically the whole. As you understand fractals and sacred geometry, as you break down the component parts to a larger geometric figure, the component parts reflect the whole. It is beautiful modality of creation, mechanism dynamic of this creation, that the fractal parts contain the whole. So each portion of the creation contains paradoxically the whole. Illusion. Since all is one, all manifestation or appearance of manyness is an illusion. Any deviation from that is an illusion. And so I find it interesting. Let me read on. According to Ra, it is an illusion carefully engineered in order to give the creator the opportunity to know itself. And distortions of this intelligent infinity, law of one, all right, is anything that moves away from undistorted unity. Okay? Anything that moves away from undistorted unity. And so what we have now in this community of light is vast distortions that are creating divisions and moving away from undifferentiated unity. And I'm going to share this little video I found on the BitChute platform that pokes fun at this whole concept of people owning truth. I find it highly ironic and hypocritical that Corey Goode features constantly within his message references to the law of one, the raw materials, and now this path has been taken. These legal matters have been initiated. So anyway, please check this video out. Let me just share it, and it's kind of lighthearted fun. So that's a little lighthearted kind of depiction, or kind of at the state of affairs that this community finds itself in, this whatever you call it, truther community, contactee community. I don't know. I stumbled into it briefly by making a video, not with any intentions to get involved in all that, but try as they might. There were different factions when I made this video about Elena Danaan and Ismael Perez. It was just, man, it was a lot of desperate people who don't have any of their own power, and they're feeding off others, or they're relying on others for their own sense of validation, is the sense that I got from the amount of comments and just the drama that was involved in all that. But let me just reiterate. I will sing a new song, Psalm 40, if you're familiar with Psalm 40. I will sing a new song, and any truth that becomes in us a source of truth is ours. It belongs to all of us equally. And if you are out espousing the law of one and talking about unity consciousness in this matter, then you need to not be enmeshed in third dimensional ego antics. of the old world, because you will stay in the old world. I don't care if you're Lena Denon, Corey Good, Ismael Perez, if you're out trying to make a buck off of people who are trying to strive to just live. There's not everybody has a steady revenue stream of income where they are supporting themselves off this. And I find it deplorable that anyone tries to make money off of trying to help others and spread the truth and create this new earth. I personally find it deplorable. Now, I'm writing a series of books, and I'm going to charge a little bit of money for that, whatever. But trying to it's all in the mind of God. It all comes from source, and so just keep that in mind. But hit that subscribe button, and there's nothing new under the sun, folks.
Namaste, namaskaram.